You're listening to Lyfe and Shyt. I'm Daneyel Walker.
And I'm Tommy Walker.
Join us as we talk about our journey overcoming fears, boundaries, marriage, family, lifestyle, business, and whatever other shit you can think of.
We're individuals that came together to create one unit with one mind and one goal.
Hey, baby.
What's up, girl?
What's happening?
Man, another beautiful day in paradise. Grab your glass. Let's cheers it up.
Cheers it up to another day, baby.
If you're listening, make sure you got your glass of wine. If you're in San Diego, make sure you grab a glass of Alto Piano.
If you're not in San Diego, make sure you order you a glass online. Check out their website. They have some really good wine, and they do deliver.
And if you want to give us a gift.
Shout out to Denise Clark and family. We love your wine, and we love you too.
Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that. So we ain't been outside in a long time, and we've been talking about being outside. And when I say outside, I mean outside the country.
Yes.
Right. Like we spent some time in Mexico. For those that know us, we're always in Mexico. But shit, like we got outside.
Yes, we did. We did.
We went all the way over.
Yep. We had some fun in Bali for a little bit. I don't know what I was going to say Bali. Bali for a little bit. And then we spent some time in Thailand. Phuckett. Oh, Phuckett. I was saying Phuckett the whole time.
PH.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to my brother, because my brother, when he's seen it, just like a true New Yorker, PH makes the F sound, right?
Yeah.
So you say, fuck it. That's what it looks like. It looks like fuck it. But it's not.
Well, I could have said fuck it then. That makes sense.
You would have been better saying fuck it than Phuckett.
Phuckett?
Yeah.
Nah, it's Phuckett.
But it is
I've
Phuckett.
heard a lot of people say Phuckett. So I don't think I'm too off, but I'm glad you corrected me.
Phuckett, Thailand is an island just south of Thailand, right? Or south of the mainland of Thailand. About 2.5 hours south of Bangkok. Man, yes. I just got to take a deep breath.
Yeah, and we were in a little city called
Patong City.
Yes, Patong was amazing. And yes, so we were just coming from Bali, right? So after this Zen type of trip, ceremonies and one thing that we had a podcast that we talked about a lot in Bali, but what we didn't talk about was the drinking, right? So all they had was this liquor called Arak, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
So we had wine, but it's Arak.
Yeah,
Arak.
So you gotta say it like how they say
sorry,
it.
yeah.
The dude looked at me, and I was like, what's the drink of the culture? And he's like, you like arak? I mean, he looked me in my eye. Do you drink arak? I said, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, they make it seem like only real men drink arak.
It's like when you go to deep Mexico and they talk about tequila. Because when you go to Mexico, they don't talk about Patron.
Yeah, it's true.
Don't never bring up Patron in Mexico. That's not real tequila. So when they say tequila in Mexico, that's how dude looked at me about arak. Yeah. He was like, you drink arak?
Or if you know about mezcal, then they look at you like,
yeah,
what?
You know about
mezcal?
Because that's even tougher.
Yeah, that's real. That is real. So we didn't drink much.
Nah, we drink wine.
Yeah.
I drank a lot of arak.
Yeah.
Everywhere we went, I was drinking arak.
You did. And then our driver gave us a whole bottle of it. So
a fucking Coca-Cola bottle. This dude made a Long Island iced tea with it was a gift, but I mean, it was cool. Like, yeah, I mean, shout out to my day in Bali for the Long Island iced tea arak. The shit puts hair on your chest.
Oh yeah, I couldn't drink it. I was like, no, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just Google it. ARAK. That shit sound gangster.
It's the thing. Now, back to Thailand. As soon as you get there, believe me, there was no lack of anything in Thailand.
No. I had to pull my wife off the streets, yo. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, like Daniel said, we talked about Bali. We talked about my experience in Asia. Like, I've been to Asia before. I've been to Phuket. Phuket was probably one of the first times that I've experienced the shows. The shows in Thailand are real. Real in a sense of magic. I was telling Danielle the whole time. Yeah, I told Danielle, I was like, yo, you got to think of it like Vegas. Like Phuckett is like, and it's Bagla Road, right? So we're in Patong City. And then you got Patong Beach, and then you got Bagla Road.
And Bagla Road is the one long street of, as Tommy likes to call it, fuckery.
Fuckery.
Where all the people of the world who do fuckery come to do fuckery together.
Exactly. Like,
it was so fun.
Like I had to remove myself. I had to go talk to my higher self and say, everybody's here for fuckery. Like I'm looking around, and it was Chinese New Year, right? So for those that don't know, we just had Chinese New Year, yeah. And when you're outside of America, like China's a big fucking deal.
I tried to tell him. I was like, they said don't travel during Chinese New Year, and like to travel right before. So that's why I changed our flights. And he's like, but we're not going to China. And I was like, I know, but that's what they said. He's like, here, babe. I'm like, yes, babe. And it was a big deal.
It's a big fucking deal.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they party.
Yeah. Like America, we got whatever I think about China. You see it on the news, motherfuckers shooting down Chinese spy balloons, all this crazy shit, right? Like whatever they want us to think about it. When you go to the other side, these motherfuckers love China. China is the shit.
I mean, it was like, Happy New Year. And we're like, wait, what? Like, oh.
Yeah. So just imagine Las Vegas, New Year's Eve in America on 1,000. That's Bangalore.
I'm telling you guys, like the only way I can describe it is when you don't want something to end. When you're just having so much fun and you just don't want it to end, because at the end of the day, I'm back here, back at work, back into reality, and I didn't want that to end. It's like, why go to sleep right now? Like legit, I could have had no sleep the whole time I was in Thailand because there's just so much shit. I mean, listen, there was boxing matches, and there's these guys rolled up on a truck, and the truck stops, and there's two boxers on top of the truck, right? And they're like, come see the boxing show. And then they're like, what are you going to see? And then all of a sudden, the guys start boxing. Yeah. And it's not like just regular boxing. No, they're fucking each other up. And I'm like, I wanted to go see that show, but I didn't make it that night.
No, yeah, we was all in. I was like, you really want to go check it out? So I'm going back. I'm an 80s baby. I was born in the 80s, so that means the 90s is my era. Street Fighter, Da Slim. Yeah. That's all I'm thinking about. It was like, So for those that are listening, if you remember Street Fighter, Da Slim, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Man,
we seen that. I was like,
it was crazy.
I want to go see. This is it, babe.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Everything.
So it's like you just don't, there's just so much going on. And then from there, it's the shows, like you said. The shows were amazing. Like you said, they were magic. I wanted to go to the shows again and again and again. I could have gone to the show every single night because I wanted to see. Like,
what was different?
Yeah, or like, how? I just want to see how. Like, I just want to sit underneath them and just look up and just see like how these ladies were doing these amazing things with their bodies. Yeah. Yes. I'll leave it there. You got to go.
I'm about to say,
you got to go to see it.
We're not going to tell you. We ain't going to give you all of the details. But whatever you think, it's.
Oh,
yes.
And times more.
Like,
and times
like the one girl I kept calling her Dave Chappelle.
Oh God, you're so funny.
Yeah. She came out mad serious. Like we seen Chappelle last year, right? So we went to go check out Chappelle and Chris Rock when they came to San Diego. And Chappelle is mad serious when he comes out with his cigarettes.
Oh, man.
This chick came on stage with the cigarettes, serious face, just like Chappelle. I was like, oh, she got it. And the crazy thing is, we seen her walking around in the streets. The next day.
Yeah.
Looking mad normal.
Yeah. Like, that's Chappelle.
I was like, oh, that's Chappelle right there.
Like, stupid, man.
She was looking, she was like, oh, I know them. They was in the front row.
In the front row, baby.
Yeah. So
sorry, it's my greedy laugh.
Yeah,
I had a great time in Thailand. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly, I cannot wait to go back. And then it's like, oh, would you go to Phuckett again? Yes, I would. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will go. I will go somewhere else as well, right? To a more calmer place. And when we went on tours, people were saying like, oh, you guys are saying where? And it's like, oh, yeah. And even as we were going through our neighborhood to get to where we were staying, and they were looking around like, what the hell is this?
Like, what is this? People were staying on the outskirts. So for those that know me, my vocabulary is very slim. And if I got to give you a description, we were in the shit. From where we were.
Oh man.
Super nice. Like now Daneyel hooked us up. Like no wherever we stayed, super nice. Like, you know, top notch views, infinity pools, crazy nice. People were like, "Oh shit, this is nice." I'm like, "I know," but we were in the shit.
Yes. And then he told me too. He's like, "All right, now, like when it comes to Phuckett, don't put us in the shit." And I was like, "All right, I won't put us in the shit." And we were walking, and I was like, "Oh shit, babe, I put us in the shit."
We found the shit on accident. We was like, we walking around. I'm like, "Oh, this is cool. No sidewalks. Don't get hit by a scooter or a taxi or a car, you know, whatever." And all of a sudden, oh shit. We're in the shit.
Dang the road.
Yeah.
I was like,
It was on steroids.
We made it.
So shout out to Chef Anderson. Like we talked about Chef Anderson on another podcast, and he's out of LA. He always does Dr. Jones's events. And he was like, "Yo, the street food in Thailand.
Eat all the street food.
All the street food.
Oh my God, y'all. The street food.
Yo, Chef, if you listen to this, fuck that.
That street food is street food, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's nasty or it was a ton of like, say sushi. Literally, there was like a whole table, like one of those tables that you use at a banquet full of sushi. And it was like 20 people over it. Just,
Yeah.
I was at first, it looks good. It looks fresh. It doesn't smell, but there's a lot of people over it.
Is that so? Let's say COVID never happened. Let's make believe, right? Okay. Let's say this was 5 years ago, and we went and we seen all this street food. We probably would have indulged a little bit. We probably been like, "Oh, okay, like, oh, this is cool." There's just certain things that just aren't the same no more, right? They call it the new normal.
Yeah.
The new normal says you have to have some type of modifications.
Yes.
Because motherfuckers is dying from breathing on shit.
Yes.
It was so packed.
So bad.
Every night around 5, 6 o'clock, all these vendors come to this one area, and inside this market is all raw, like seafood.
Yeah, like literally swimming in little tanks, right? So you pick out what you want. Yeah, you pick it out. Like, I want this guy, this guy, this guy. They take them out of the tank, and then they take them upstairs, and they fry them, dice them, bake him, however you want him done.
And they take that same raw seafood and then take it outside on the sidewalk. Now,
silly.
There's got to be 1,000 people walking around, and you got all this raw seafood sitting on the goddamn melting block of ice in 80-degree weather. It's humid as shit. Everybody's
They
sweating.
got lots of ice.
Yeah, lots of ice melting. Everybody's drunk, having a great time, and they're like, "Yo, we'll cook whatever you want." I'm like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, you smell body like sweat.
Yeah,
you smell funk.
Smell everything,
and you smell fish. You smell alcohol. It's just like
it was terrible.
Yeah,
and we did indulge. We had to do it.
We did. We did.
Chef said do it, so we did it.
Yeah. I wish Chef we could have put him on FaceTime and been like, "So what should we eat?"
Yeah.
Right? Because there was so much. I was like, I smell something this way, but I don't know what it is.
so no lie, of course. I'm not now. I ain't gonna act like we went outside the box. We did not go outside the box. We ate some rice and some chicken.
I got chicken wings, and Tommy said they were pigeon wings.
No, I thought there was quail. Quail wings.
Like, they weren't. The lady said they were chicken wings. Now, in America, our wings are huge. Why? Because we pump them up with a bunch of stuff that's not supposed to be in there. But their wings were probably the real chicken wing size.
We seen a lot of chicken running around that motherfucker. They ain't like that small.
They were small.
These wings were small. I'm talking. Excuse my tone, but they was goddamn midget wings. Right?
Silly. They was perfect.
They was perfect for you. Any other normal eating human being would have been like, "The fuck is the rest of the wing at?" So Daneyel got the quail wings. I had like chicken thighs on rice. And it was all fried, right?
Right.
We was like, "Yo, we gotta go fried."
Fried extra hard.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
I might not get COVID, but I might get some other shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I do not want to be in the room the rest of the time with a bellyache, right?
Exactly. Because and of course, they got everything: scorpions, worms, grasshoppers,
big ass grasshoppers
crickets,
too.
yeah.
Like, I ate grasshoppers before in Mexico with my mezcal, right? They bring you like a whole pile of grasshoppers, which you really don't need, but they bring a whole pile and like some tahini, right, for you to like dip the grasshopper in. It's actually not bad with the shot, right? But just to eat a big ass grasshopper, oh my gosh, I was like, that means that's meat in there somewhere. I don't know now. Naked and Afraid, okay. I understand that. I understand what it feels like to be hungry and then eat. When you're hungry and then you eat, it's just like I eat anything.
It was a different world.
Yes.
So that was the street food. So we breezed right through that real quick. You know, and we had that, and every day we walked past that same street food.
Yeah,
the same people,
and we looked at it every day, maybe today's gonna be the day.
Like literally, in the back of my head, chef said, "Eat it."
Yeah. Like, every day we saw something different too, which was pretty cool. But we just thought we didn't eat it. But
yo, I'm gonna tell you like this: we was out there, we was having such a great time. We was up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, we don't get out like that. We was eating McDonald's, y'all.
Oh man, that was the best. That was because one, it was 2 weeks in, no American food, and when we were in Bali, the last night that we were there, was it the last night? Yeah, the last day. We were like, you guys got hamburgers? Because we were eating noodles and rice, and
we
were just like
Indonesian breakfast every day.
Yeah,
it was fried rice,
and we were gonna have an Indonesian dinner as well. So we're like, okay, can we get a hamburger? And they're like, yeah, hamburgers and french fries. They brought us up french fries. It was like 4 different sizes. First off, it was like the steak fries, the regular fries, and the shoestring fries. I'm like, where'd you guys get these fries? A little bit from each bag.
You judging them on their french fries.
I mean, it was legit different sizes.
I fucked those fries up.
I mean, they were delicious. I ain't gonna lie, but there was different sizes. And then the burger, we decided it was a veggie burger at first, and then you said it was a
chicken burger.
Chicken burger, but I don't know what it was, but we just said burger.
Yeah.
We just said burger, and when it came, it was clear it had been in the microwave. But you know what, guys? It was so damn good. It didn't matter.
So shout out to our producer MT. Because he just hipped us to the homeless menu at 7-Eleven, right?
So silly.
so this burger was equivalent to if you went to 7-Eleven and got a hamburger and they threw that bad boy in the microwave.
Yep.
That's what it was like.
Yep. Except that probably would have tasted maybe a little bit like beef.
Yeah,
and
it
would have definitely been beef. Anything like beef.
Yeah, this was like, definitely not beef.
But you know, if you've ever been so hungry, it doesn't matter, or just like
I ate the whole burger.
I ate most of it.
The bun was welted, like you know how you put a bun in the microwave. That's how the bun was.
You can tell, yeah.
And then you got to eat it fast because it's gonna be tough later on.
Yep.
I don't even think that shit got tough. I think it evaporated. I think it just got wet and just disappeared.
So in Thailand, it was like McDonald's was for me like what in the movie Beetlejuice when that the House of Ladies came up and he was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh.
That was real on different levels. I could never take you to Singapore. God damn.
Please take me to Singapore. Hey, I like to have fun. I'm not gonna lie, and that's one thing about my husband. When we were in that situation, and I appreciate you for this. And I told you you were more like my friend, and I appreciated that about you because it was like, listen, I'd like to do some kind of hood rat type shit right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to judge me. I just want to have fun with you, you know? And you allowed that. You didn't allow me to get too crazy, and I like it, and I like that. But, you know, we didn't have like a total like hood rat night together. But
no.
I love that you allow me to get a little loose.
We got rambunctious, but I was like, all right, babe, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Sit. Because a part of me was still like, yo, I want to get some work done. Like I told Daneyel, I was like, because she had this whole trip scheduled out, and we're gonna do all this. I'm like,
I had every day planned.
Yeah, I was like, what day we gonna do some work?
I was like, really?
I was like, I need just one day. Just
like,
give me one day where we don't go nowhere, and I can just hash out some shit.
I was mad, y'all,
and make it happen.
But I got a lot of work done that day. I ain't gonna lie.
We was productive.
Yeah, it's true.
Super productive.
It's true. In Thailand, we saw elephants. That was amazing. We not only seen elephants, but we fed them. We thought we were going to ride them, but apparently it's
frowned upon.
Yeah, not even frowned upon, but it's horrible and abuse. Elephants ain't used to being rode on. So I was like, that makes sense.
So hold up. The way they treat elephants in Thailand was like how we treat dogs here.
Yep.
They was like, don't do that to them elephants.
Yep.
Now the dogs, they don't care about.
Yeah.
Well, they just got one rule. They
don't eat them.
Just don't eat them.
Yep. You get 2 years in jail, and there's a big sign that says that it is against the law to eat cats or dogs.
So for those that think that, oh, they eat cats and dogs over there, no, it's not real.
Well, I'm just saying maybe it is because there is a law that says you get 2 years.
Maybe.
I'm just saying, why is there a sign?
Somebody came in the office and said, we need to change this shit. Okay, I can dig that. I can definitely dig that. But yeah, there's a sign that says, don't eat the fucking cats and dogs. And the cats and dogs are rolling around doing their thing. The chickens is rolling around doing their thing. But the elephants, they care about.
Yeah. And the elephants, the people who care for the elephants care. That's literally what they do for the rest of their lives. So the oldest elephant caretaker was 60 years old, and she recently had passed, they said. But when you sign up to be an elephant caretaker, you're with them for the rest of your lives. I was like, that's pretty cool. Or the elephant's life. But the elephant lives for like ever. Like, well, how long is the elephant? Like, the elephant's still living? And it's like, that's crazy.
Pass on. He's like, oh, I got new owners.
Yeah. And then the people live literally like right next to the elephants. Like the elephants' cages was there. And then their areas where they lived were right there next to it, which was cool.
Which was smaller than the elephant area. It's like these motherfuckers was living in little huts.
That's true. I was gonna say their huts, but that's true.
Whole families.
It was, yeah.
Little kids running around, all that.
Yeah, and elephants had this big old, like, yeah.
Talk about commitment. That's commitment.
Yeah.
Americans don't commit to shit like that.
Nah. Man, can you imagine?
Yeah,
oh boy, I don't want to do elephants anymore. I want to be a city boy. Like what?
Get your ass back in that hut.
That's like, oh, see, American. I don't know. So, and then we saw a lagoon, which was cool. It's like a hidden lagoon, right? So we had to go underneath these, what's like underground caves, or like, how do you describe that? Because I try to explain it. It's like this huge mountain, right? So you're on a boat, you roll up, and it's like this huge, like, I don't know if it's like, it looks like a mountain, right? And then you get onto this kayak, and then you go underneath this mountain, and underneath it is like a cave, right? Because now you're in the shit, as we said, right? You're like underneath, and there's all these like big jagged edges hanging down, and you're in this small canoe, and you're kind of going through, and thank God you're a driver. There's somebody driving you or canoeing you through, right? Because if it was just you all by yourself, I know me, I'd have been lost because it's dark, and they have a little light on their heads. And then there's some places where, because we're sitting up, but there's some places where we actually have to lay all the way back.
Our dude didn't have a light.
He did.
No, your phone was his light. That motherfucker was gangster. He was
really?
a good kid too. Yeah.
Oh, because we have the pictures, so you can say if he don't have nothing on his head.
He had nothing on his head. He was a gangster though.
He was gangster though. Our guy was cool. He was like, come on. He's like, I'm gonna show you good stuff. Like, okay. Yeah. It was cool.
What was it? Captain O.
Captain O, yeah. So once you went under these, like, this rocky, like, area, and you got from underneath all this, and when it was like this opening, you could see the light, but it was far. And then once you got to the light, it was this beautiful opening. It was a lagoon. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was super dope.
And there was even places where you could stand. Yeah. Where it was like you could just walk around. That was pretty cool too.
And it's a trip because they talked about all these movies that was filmed there. So like they was like, oh, we got to bring stuff back and we got to take pictures and do this. And I'm like, nobody knows this shit. Yeah. Like, especially in our ecosystem, right? You gotta understand your ecosystem and who your friends are, right? Yeah. So James Bond. Now I'm gonna put this out there, and if you make a comment and you say you know this shit, I will give you a bottle of wine. Yeah, you better send it. But you gotta prove it, right?
They're gonna Google it, babe. Yeah, Google it.
But no doubt, I will give you a bottle of fucking wine if you know where the James Bond movie was filmed in fucking.
Which one or
which movie and where, right? And then show proof, right? Because when we seen it, we was like, okay, that's cool. But who the fuck watches James Bond like that? That
knows it. A lot of people.
Nah, yeah. But like I said, not in our ecosystem. In my ecosystem, people like, oh, okay, which who are you talking about?
I just Googled it. It came right up.
So you have to have seen it. You have to have known about it. But you got a bottle of Alto Piano coming to you. And that was cool. We took a picture from James Bond Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Monkey Island. There's 42 different islands around Phuckett, which was pretty cool. And we was able to see 6 of them. And like Daneyel said, the lagoons and canoes and all this shit. But we got stuck in the fucking cave.
Yeah.
So we got so check this out. We're in the cave. The shit's tight in the motherfucker. We had to lay down.
We didn't get stuck. I just want to say, the people before us got stuck.
He had to let air out of our canoe too.
Yeah, well, he didn't have to tell us, no, don't do that. No, move.
No, he had
and
to
you
yell
didn't
at
hear
us.
us saying,
Yeah.
because the other people were stuck. They were getting painfully stuck.
It's because black people, we follow directions. I'm just saying. Black people know how to follow fucking directions.
Because we don't want to die. You tell me what to do so I don't die.
Exactly.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Lay down. Okay. Lean back. No problem. Put your arms in the boat. Gotcha. That is... So these motherfuckers in front of us was getting yelled at. Put your knees down, leg down. Don't do that. We was like, who the fuck is going on?
No. And then, that's the people. The people in the boat.
I'm like, am I going to save somebody?
Oh, no, baby. You ain't moving off my boat. Nope.
So Danielle's on top of me. The dude canoeing the boat is behind me. We canoeing. There's 3 people in the canoe. Some weird shit happening. I've never seen 3 people in the canoe, first of all.
That's so funny.
I have never seen that in my
the
life.
next time you're like, baby, you want to be back here?
Every time I've been in the canoe, it was just me and you. So now there's 3 of us.
Oh, man.
We never talked about that.
Oh, he did not.
And everybody had a 3 thing going on in the canoe. Wasn't no women canoeing though.
None.
So to let y'all know, it was 2 dudes and a girl
Just like
in
that.
every canoe. Gangster shit.
Ah.
So we in the cave, and all you hear is.
I was like, what is that?
Danielle's like, what is that? I was like,
shit.
calm down.
It's the air.
He's letting air out of the canoe. What?
Oh, I'm losing weight, y'all. I am on a diet because I will not be stuck in no damn cave caught in some crevice. No.
I'm like, is this a part of the plan? Fill the canoe up and then let that bitch down.
And I'm like, do we have enough air to get home? Like,
This motherfucker was a few times.
that wasn't always him. That was them in front of us, babe. That was.
I was next to the canoeing motherfucker. I've heard a lot of air. Come on. It was we was rubbing against the rocks. Now they call it diamond rock, right? So the rocks are all sparkling and shit. I'm like, I hope this motherfucker don't scratch.
I wouldn't be looking at none of them rocks. You're like, look. I'm like, nope. Like, look. You look here. Make sure we get free and safe because we are stuck.
Yeah. So we got stuck, and our canoe dude, Captain O, that motherfucker, his inner Captain O came out. Yeah. So you know when you get that strength that comes out of nowhere. So I'm trying to help Captain O out. I'm like,
Yeah,
he's like, I'm like, yo, Captain O, I got you, bro. This motherfucker, he went into soprano. So for those that went to church know what a soprano means. Captain O went straight soprano. I can't go soprano right now, but he went straight soprano. And I was like, I had to look back at this motherfucker like, oh shit, Captain O is a G. You got us through that motherfucker though.
Captain O with soprano.
Yeah.
He did though. He did. I didn't look back. I just was like, what is he doing back there? Get us free. I thought he was playing around, but he was serious.
He put the oar on my shoulder. That's how I do. The oar. He's like, I ain't using the oar no more. It's all hands now. All hands on deck. This motherfucker put the oar on my shoulder. I was like, I got you, bro. This motherfucker start using both hands like, you got to be watching this on YouTube to see me. It got us through the fucking cave. We signed up for that shit.
Our son said, we told him the story. He said, Mom Deuce, was you scared? Like, hell yeah, I was scared. I was 1,000 things going through my head, but all I did was breathe it out. I always go back to my breath, right? But yes, I was thinking of, what if there's an earthquake? What if, I was like, there's so many things that could happen right now. But then right after that, I said, listen, girl, they do this damn tour 1,000 times. Watch Captain O. If Captain O gets scared, then your ass gets scared. Yeah.
When he screamed like that, I was like, yo, bro, you I thought your sister was in a fucking boat. You better calm the fuck down. Get your bearings about you. Like, all we got is water shoes and trunks, an oar, and a half-ass canoe. That's where we were. Life was real.
It was real. So also we went to this like island it's called Phi Phi Island. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. Look it up on Airbnb. Go there. Stay there.
Let me make sure we spell it for you. Phi.
Not P-E.
Not P-E. Phi Island. Phi.
It should be Phi Phi Island though, if the way you said it, but they said it's Phi Phi Island. But go there. So first off, once you arrive to the island, we came on the backhand side, so it's just like, oh, what is this? This is cute. And then you walk through, and it's like, oh shit,
it was lit.
This is an island. You could stay on this. It's a little patch of island. You could stay there literally for 7 days and have an amazing time.
Yo, so that was Phi Phi. Phi Phi was cool. Maya Island, or Maya Bay.
Maya Bay. Oh, Maya Bay was cool.
That's where, so check this out.
It wasn't lit though.
No, it wasn't lit. But for all the couples out there, I don't care what your couple situation look like, male, female, there's always someone that has to be aware. When it comes to a dangerous situation, I need someone to take control and be mindful of what's happening. So let me tell you what happened on Maya Bay. There's a floating dock. And if you've never seen a floating dock before, that means the dock is not stationary. So if the ocean goes up, the fucking dock goes up.
Oh, Lord.
So we're on this floating dock, and it is packed. There has to have been like 300-400 people.
Well, the weather had gotten quite rocky, right? And there was only, so the way the bay works is only one boat in at a time, and there's boatloads of people that have been dropped off, right? So our boat was up, so there's people all waiting. It's like when your boat's up, they're like, hey, because the poor boat is out there and it's rocking, right? And then everyone's trying to get on.
So again, someone needs to be fucking aware, right?
Everyone should be aware.
No, because in every relationship, it's the one that's just like,
all willy-nilly.
Life is great. And then there's the one that's like, fucking pay attention, right? That's every
life
relationship.
Is great, but pay attention.
Every relationship.
I'm the life is great person.
Yeah, and I'm the one that's like, fucking pay attention.
I'm not gonna hurt myself sometimes.
So we're waiting our turn to get on our boat.
It's not about me though.
And this girl, this girl, she goes and she steps out right when the boat is going down, but the dock is going up, and then it just switches.
Yep. And she's stepping down, and the boat's going up, and the dock's going down. So you know how that looks.
Oh, she bust her shit.
It was just like pow. Oh, she was right before us. So we're the last people to get on the boat, and she was the people right before us. So she's like the third to the last.
Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You too fucking grown to be sitting there. It's like old school when you back in the park and you like.
No, that's Peter. She did the Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
She was like, like okay, like all right, it's raining. It's crazy.
There's like a fucking 4-foot swell out there. Like for those that know 4-foot swell, that's no shit. That's no punk right there.
We're like, get up.
Like we trying to get off this floating dock and get on the boat because this floating dock ain't safe.
And it's just two of us left.
Like the boat is more safe than this floating dock, and she just sitting on the back of the boat, holding her ribs like. And the dude's all scared. He's like,
the boyfriend or husband or whoever.
The husband was just freaked out.
He was pissed because he wasn't getting no more booty. That's why. That booty was gone for the rest of that vacation.
His vacation booty was over.
She hurt.
Hopefully they was at the end of it.
I hope so.
Because if there was the beginning of it, he was getting no more vacation booty. And those that know, like vacation booty is completely different from regular everyday booty. Vacation booty is like filet mignon and lobster.
Okay, carry on.
Shit is tropical.
Carry on, babe.
So this motherfucker sitting there, they getting out the ice packs, the Band-Aids. They don't even know what's wrong with it.
Yeah, right.
So I grabbed Daneyel and I said, check this out. This is what you need to do. Like, as soon as I'm like goddamn CIC, like it's straight mission right now.
Follow
like,
me.
Yeah, like when the boat goes up, do this, step, hold on, pivot, quickly. So
don't fall.
All right, I got this. Don't worry about it. I got this. And so she's still sitting there, And I was like, fuck it. Like,
of course.
I'm like, yo.
Y'all know Tommy Walker.
She ain't getting up. Boom. I just be like,
y'all ain't gonna leave me out here.
So I just stepped right over her ass. She's still sitting there. And then Daneyel came right behind me. And then her ass said, oh shit. And then she got up. She got up with no problem after that. She's like, oh. And everybody was like, well, it's about damn time. And then we was off.
Yeah, we was off.
The shit was cool. The thing I'm gonna leave you with. This was one of my observations. It was one of my observations at the end of this trip when we was on this boat. If you ever been on a boat and you smell gas, be like, again, there's always one person in a relationship that has to be observant. There's at least 50 people on this boat, and we're all looking. Everybody's having a great time, and the energy is at like 400 hertz. Everybody's. When it was on the way back and you smelled the fumes from the engine, I told Daneyel this. I was like, yo, we was lightweight dying from carbon monoxide on that fucking trip.
You can smell it.
Yeah, you could smell the fucking fumes, right? Because they had to close the windows because the wave, like, the shit was wild. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy out there. This shit was super wild. So now we're smelling all the fumes from the engine. Mm-hmm. And literally, we had kids on the boat too, right? There was kids on the boat. Everybody was fucking swaying, like back and forth, looking like this, looking mad woozy. and I'm at the very back, so I still got a little bit of fresh air, but I'm also the closest to the engines. But everybody in the boat was just in the fucking fumes. And I'm looking around like, these motherfuckers is dying. Slowly. Everybody was swaying. Now, I'm looking at my wife. And my wife is a hard sleeper.
If anyone that knows me knows, I knock out. I do not play. And I'll sleep anywhere, I learned. I mean, I don't know. I work pretty hard, so I think whenever I sit still, it doesn't matter. I will fall asleep. Knock out. I will knock out all the way out.
So Daneyel's sleeping right next to the girl that fell. So the girl that fell is all hurt, and the husband is holding her. I don't even know why this dude's holding her the way he is, but he's sitting across from her, and he got both her shoulders like he about to shake her. Like, you know how husbands always try and justify when they hit their woman. I didn't hit her. I just grabbed her by both her arms and I shook her. That's how that dude was holding her.
That's how they justify it.
Yeah, that's how they justify the bruise on her eye. Like, get the fuck out of here. I didn't hit her. I just shook her. So this motherfucker, he's obviously used to this shit, right?
He's stupid.
So my wife is sitting next to him, and she's rocking because of the fucking fumes, like everybody else, slowly dying. And I'm sitting in the back like, Daneyel go hit her. Daneyel go do one of those heavy head nods.
I can feel myself. You know when you're sleeping and you get to the part where you're gonna fall and you wake up like, oh shit, and then you sit back up. Then you're like, that's exactly how I feel.
Like every 5 seconds, you can almost count it like a goddamn contraction. It's like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, I was like, fuck.
I was like, stay awake, don't hit her. But I just couldn't. It was so, like, it was calling me. Sleep was calling me.
Yeah, you was knocked out. And the dude kept looking at you like with this just like, I will fuck you up in his eyes. Like, don't hit my wife. He was trying to protect her. He was trying to do whatever he could to protect her. And you hit her. You fucked her up. And I just sat there like, I knew it. But the whole boat was dying. Like, everybody on the boat was asleep. The kids was knocked out. Like, motherfuckers' lips was dragging. God. I was like, yo.
Oh my God, you guys, this is horrible.
I was like, I can't believe we made it.
Wait, I gotta say, this is the last thing. The last thing is how you just see how your character is and what you can take, and when the universe gives you certain things, and when we got on the boat, Tommy had sat in the center space the whole time. He said it sucked, right? So for my back, he took the sacrifice. So I said, fuck that, babe. I'm sitting on the back this time. I'm sitting on this corner. You're not going to do it, right? And he's like, okay, fine. And so sitting on this corner, and they close all the windows, and because water was like splashing through the window onto us, right? Or through the window onto us. So they closed the window, right? And there's this like little spot, and I'm like right there. Literally, water just drained on me. I was the only one on the boat getting soaked and wet, and I just smiled the whole entire time. But they were like, no, like, don't sit over there. And that's when they made me sit next to the lady, and I fell asleep.
That's when you hit her with your skull.
On her bruise after she Peter Griffin knows.
We still don't know what happened to her.
I know.
We don't know.
She's okay.
I thought it was an ankle. She was holding a rib.
No, yeah, I think she
elbow.
broke. They're like the husband. I think she broke a rib, and then the host. No, it's not a rib.
It was her ego. She broke her ego. It's hard out there.
That's how that felt.
At the end of the day, when you go traveling, have fun. Like don't don't say, "Oh, I heard the podcast. I ain't doing none of that shit." No, fuck that. Go out, have fun, fucking spend money. We talked about this. When you travel, you know, the U.S. dollar is pretty strong in certain parts of this world. And in Phuckett, Thailand, it was 30 baht for every $1.
Yep.
So our meal, like we got massages for $25. Our meals were...
And the massages was a 90-minute massage and a 45-minute facial.
Yeah, mine was a 2-hour massage.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And I got my back broke by a 5-foot woman. Like she was 5 foot, and she snapped the shit out my back.
Yeah, I challenged him to get a kind of massage that he'd never gotten before. So it's like, don't just go in there and say, oh, I want a deep massage, or oh, I want this. I'm like, nah, get something different. Look on the menu and see. Like they have a very, very, very long menus.
Yeah. Fucking menus like Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, right. It's like a book.
Yeah, you ever been to Cheesecake Factory? You already know what the menu was like.
You know.
That's how this massage menu was. She snapped the shit out my back. I felt great though.
Yeah, I didn't let her go that far because I was scared. I was like, oh, she did just like my shoulders, and that was enough. Shit, that was scary.
Yeah, so get out there, see the world, travel. It's all about culture, and you realize that there's other opportunity. Oh. Met a dude from my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. We're trying to end the podcast.
I know.
Met a dude from Springfield Gardens.
I mean, you guys went back and forth on neighborhoods and who's here and there and there. I was like, okay.
That's every New Yorker.
Yeah,
Every New Yorker will drill down.
That's why I know. Yeah, that's how you know that you guys are New Yorkers, though. Because if you can't, then it's like, get out of here, right?
Yeah.
So
this motherfucker, and we seen him a couple times, and we hung out with him, and him and his girlfriend own a beauty salon and a bar.
Yeah,
I mean,
all the way from Queens.
From Springfield Gardens. Like, I was like, oh shit, this is pretty fucking
Been
cool.
there 7 years.
Shit was crazy.
And we won't say his name because we don't know if
his
status.
We don't know if the feds looking for him or not.
He said they don't like him here, so
yeah, he's like, all right. He had a lot of stories to tell too. He was telling us a lot of stories. You know when somebody's bullshit, you'd be like, all right, bro.
Just keep talking.
That's cool.
It's entertaining.
That's cool. No names though. No names.
Yeah.
No, it was a great time though. I love you.
Love you.
This is Lyfe and Shyt. Do us a favor. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. Leave a review. Let us know what your thoughts are. That's the only way that this show is going to be successful. And we appreciate you. Talk with you next time.